Hello YouTubers, it's Merrix again with a new video game review. This one is going to be of Binary Domain. It's a pretty decent third-person shooter about this squad of, they call Rust Crew, which I really never figured out what it was. But it's basically about these 5 people, starting people, are on a mission to find out more about Hollow Children, which are robots that have the skin, blood, everything of a human being. Yeah, let us think for a second because it sounds a lot like Terminator, but without the time travel. It's basically like Terminator Salvation, to where you're in this universe and there's no time travel involved at all. The game starts off as you playing as Dan, a former U.S. military soldier. I think they said he was a Marine, I believe, or Navy SEAL or something. I don't remember. Based in the year 2080, there were reports of a Hollow Child infiltrating America and being shot up. Apparently, it goes under. It's a crime under the Clause 21, which is no making robots that are similar to humans. So, you're Dan going through this one mission with his buddy Bo, who was also with him for a bunch of years, which basically they just bring you right into this mission. You know, it started off slow with me, where I'm basically like, when does this happen? What are they doing? Throughout the mission, they basically fill in the blanks. Then when the mission's over, they let you know what the hell's going on. But the whole story is basically them trying to get to this place and capture Amada, who is a evil. Well, I don't even know if he's technically evil. Japanese owner of this place is making Hollow Children, which later on in the story, which I'll get to in a minute, there's a major plot. The plot climax happens, which is basically right at the end of the game, where you actually find out about everything and basically find out about one of your squad members. But gameplay throughout the game, very good. A lot of people complained it's just like Gears of War 3, which, if anyone ever recalls, Gears of War 3 was awesome. Gameplay was awesome. I don't complain about games. If they're like Gears of War, I don't care. You know, Quantum Theory, I would complain about because they had very low lack of weapons, and the gameplay sucked. The plot was basically just like Gears of War. But this game is not like Gears of War. It's more like a mixture of Gears of War and Terminator. But like I said, there are no Terminators. This is basically you're fighting robots. The gameplay physics, they make it right. If you shoot out a robot's legs, is it necessarily going to die? No. It will get on his hands and start crawling after you. And once they attach to you, you have to shoot at them in order for them not to self-destruct. Which, depending on what difficulty you play as, you can either die or you get injured. But the gameplay physics are very good. If you shoot at the chest enough, you can kill it. If you shoot directly at his head, one of two things can happen. It can either right out die, or it can turn against its own people and start shooting at them. So that's a cool feature. There are a lot of boss battles, a few. Well, at least a few. One seemed a little bit like Halo to me, where you fight this big giant spider-looking thing, but it's not like the Scarab where you jump on top of it, disable it, and jump off. You have to full-on fight this thing, and it took me about 20 minutes to beat it. This is without a continuation. This is me straight up going through the entire fight. 2 boss battles where you fight I think they said a Grand Paladin or something, which is a big, huge robot with a lance and a shield. And the first boss battle, you have to use a crane to knock it out. And the second, you actually have to fight it. Let's get back to another thing. You can actually upgrade your weapon, which minimum problem is you have to have an assault rifle. Your character, his default is assault rifle, and you can't switch that out. But you can have a secondary weapon, anything you want. You have any kind of pistol that you want, but you have to pick it up or buy it. and you have any type of grenade, which they have a lot of type of grenades. They have EMP, another one that disables and blows up, regular grenade, remote grenade. They have a bunch of grenades in the game. But the leveling up of your weapon, mag size, firepower, range, accuracy, the charge, how many charge shots you can have, how powerful the charge shots are. It's very cool. And you can also upgrade your teammates, which I didn't focus really much on, because if you upgrade your weapon far enough, you'll be just as good as they are, and you'll basically be cover fire for them, so you don't even have to worry about them. You can play on easy, and they'll survive a lot longer than you do, which is ridiculous. Let's get back to the plot. When you get towards the end of the game, like I said, you find out that one of your teammates is actually the child of a hollow child. You find this out after Amada. You find him dead, and turns out that the person you have been chasing is actually a hollow child that he created in his own image. With his intellect, gave him AI completely. He has fear. He has all kinds of emotions, something that went against Clause 21. You find out that they have created hollow children that are able to have children. Confused the hell out of me, because I didn't think it was possible. I mean, maybe there's some mechanics and all that stuff, or technology in the future or something like that they can actually do that, but that was kind of a weird thing to me. And they're basically doing it to make artificial humans, which are basically a mixture of robots and humans. With basically, they're stronger, faster, better reaction time. He's basically trying to create an entire race of hybrids. Now, whether you like it or not, that's how the game is. It confused me a little bit. I'm like, how in the crap can you use robotics to have a robot conceive a child from a human? You know, confused me. But it's a good, decent plot. It's just a little iffy on that part. The person you find out that's actually a child of a hollow child is Faye, which in my playthrough, I don't know if it's everyone's playthrough or just if you choose certain things. My character actually had sex with Faye, and that's all it went through with that. And they have a little moment there where Kane, who is a robot who actually joins your squad, he actually goes in, sees them starting up, and he makes the funniest little thing, turns around, leaves, and Shino, or whatever his name was, Shinbo something, was getting ready to come in. Kane grabs him and pulls him aside. So there are those humor moments in the game where they make funny comments and all that stuff. So it's like Gears of War. You know, it's not like Call of Duty where it's straight up seriousness, you know, shoot them, kill them, all that. There's actually funny moments where you can actually enjoy the game. I won't ruin the final part of the plot, which is basically you find out even more. You know, what is there more about finding out that they're trying to make robot hybrids? Music in the game is pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the music. Fighting, you know, shooting. They have different robots. They have boss battle robots. They have plane robots. They have other robots that are faster. Some that are heavily armored. You know, stuff like that. It's just not like Locust. You know, you basically fought Locust until the Cantus and Boomer showed up. There's actually these guys throughout the whole game in Binary Domain. You know, like I said, main faults, you know, the plot was a little shaky with me. I don't understand how you can use technology to conceive children from humans, but, you know, something they, you know, went with. You can only have one default weapon. You can't switch that out. Like, if you want a shotgun or sniper rifle, you have to pick one of those. You know, shotgun's not really that decent unless you're close up. Sniper rifle a little bit better. 3 will basically be just some of the boss battles are a little long for my taste, and if you don't do certain things, you can be taken out a lot easier. But overall, I like the game very much. Another fault: there is no New Game Plus with your upgrades. So if you beat the game, your weapon's maxed out, you have a ton of money, you cannot carry that over to another playthrough. Chapter select, from what I heard, I haven't even done it yet. You actually have to go through the levels over again, but you do not get any upgrades. Meaning you can't go to these places, upgrade, and continue, from what I heard. So you basically need to just start the game over again. It's better just to do it that way. Lengthwise, the game took me about 7 to 8 hours, which is very good for a shooter. Because most, like Call of Duty, 4 to 6 hours for the Modern Warfares. It's more like Gears of War length, like 7 to 8 hours long. It's very good. If you like Gears of War or you like robot shooting games, I suggest getting this. Whether $60, $40, whatever, it's not going to drop in price, anytime soon. I mean, it did, but overall, I'll give the game an 8 out of 10. Like I said, the faults were New Game Plus, which most games with third-person shooters, you don't really expect the New Game Plus. I mean, like, I expected it with Vanquish, which I did not do a review of because I didn't really get into it, and this was before I even did reviews. The game was like 4 hours. You upgraded your weapons pretty fast, but you can't carry them over. Like I said, overall, 8 out of 10 for Binary Domain. This is Delta Merrix, signing out.